And shalom, 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 Israel, shalom. I apologize for the delay. It's been a busy day. It's been a great day so far. The delay was because, as you can see, we have new soldiers on here tonight. Two soldiers from overseas. We have the brother Bezalel coming out of Ghana. We also have the brother Abaya. But before we get to speaking to them brothers, I gotta remind you, all praise to y'all, Bashmi Yah Shabarakatah. We gotta say, yo, if you guys are not ready for what's about to happen and what's coming to Israel, we need to start getting prepared, as I tell y'all every week. All right. Want to let y'all know also, we have our Milk Monday classes. Don't forget, those classes are very important. If you're new to this truth and you're trying to learn something in this truth, those classes are very, 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 very important. As y'all come in, hit the like button, and share so that we can get the algorithm going. As y'all come in, please and thank you. We have Milk Mondays. We have Truth Tuesdays. That class is amazing, people. That class is amazing. Those brothers are working very, very diligently to bring y'all great lessons every Tuesday. Do not miss that class. It is very important that you check that class out. If you're a soldier in this camp, make sure that you are on those classes. We have Thursday Night Thunder as we have tonight. We also have our Friday night classes. Okay, those Friday night classes are call-in classes. Those are our most important classes. You should be joining in on those Friday night classes. If you're not, you don't know what you're missing out on. Those are the classes that you can really get in depth with your questions. I say this every week and you don't seem to be listening. You're missing out. Get in on those classes, okay? All right. We have the live stream on Saturdays. Every Saturday we live stream our camp. So if you're waiting for camp videos, you can literally be watching camp live every Saturday on Facebook. All right, Sons of Thunder Israelites on Facebook. Don't forget we have Sons of Thunder Israelites on Patreon, but we have the podcast. We got behind the scenes. We got videos. We got pictures. We got everything that you want from us in SOT. It's over there on Patreon. No filter. With no filter. We free as a bird over there. You know what I'm saying? And just a small donation will get you everything that you're asking for over there at Patreon. So with that being said, I'm gonna allow these brothers before we kick off I'm gonna allow these brothers to introduce themselves and let y'all get to know them. Go ahead, Barnabas.
Salakia. First of all, we gotta always every week we let you know this is a Bible school, right? This is important that you know this is a Bible school, so we deal with the two King James Version Bible. You can have the 1611 copy, or you can have it with a red copy, Apocrypha separately, with the King James Version, right? You have your pen and your pad. You also need a highlighter so you can follow along with us as we go through this, all right? And we bring the things that's happening in the scriptures, we bring it to life and line it up with the things that's going on right now. All right, so you can follow along with us. Enjoy. We coming to bring you another Sunday tonight. All right. Yeah, this is Soldier Barnabas. Introduce yourself, fellas.
Khan, Shalom, Yashala. I am Brother Bezalel, a soldier of Sons of Thunder from Ghana.
Khan.
You muted,
Unmute. There you go.
Shalom, Yasharala, Soldier Abaya. I'm with the Sons of Thunder. Just to reiterate what Adawan Barnabas said, I'm from the UK as well, Salakia. Just to reiterate what Adawan Barnabas said, you need a Bible, Apocrypha, a notepad, a pen, and also a concordance to hand as well, because we are going to go into some scriptures, you know, so it's all useful tools.
Khan. That's right. So we about to get into it. So enjoy Israel.
Today's nice lesson is on the black fungus. If you guys haven't been paying attention, India is getting hit with another plague on top of COVID-19. All right. This is something a little bit different because this plague actually has a tendency to affect people who have diseases and predisposed dispositions that we currently hold and have and strike us very strongly over here in America and the places that these brothers are from as well, which is why I wanted to bring these brothers on so that we get more of a global view of this instead of just our view and what we think about what's going on with COVID and the other things. So let's get into it. The black fungus. Some of y'all might say, well, you know, what does any of this have to do with me? What is black fungus? How is it affecting any and everything? Well, let's see. Let's take a look. We're going to share this article right here. All right. This is an article from NBC News. It's called Black Fungus Strikes Fear in India as COVID Deaths Pass 300,000. Now, that's important. 300,000 where, you know what I'm saying, in their situation is when you look at the grand scheme of it, it doesn't seem like a very big tally, a very big number. But when you see how it's affecting them, that's kind of major for them. And they're in an uproar and they're in a panic just off of the 3,000 deaths from COVID. I told you earlier, they got a plague on top of a plague. So let's see what's going on here. India became only the third country to record 300,000 COVID deaths on Monday amid growing fears about a potentially fatal fungal infection striking some of those who have battled the virus. Over 8,800 total cases of the so-called black fungus known as mucormycosis have been recorded across India. The country's Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers, Sadananda Gowda, said in a tweet on Saturday. So this particular fungus has already caused them 8,800 cases. They already have 8,800 cases. Well, what is that? What is that doing? What is this black fungus actually doing to the people? Let's jump over here.
Like the other one.
Go ahead, King.
Can you zoom into it a little bit? It's a little bit small. I don't think.
I'll try. I can make it bigger like that. I can't really zoom it in all the way.
Can't.
But I'll just keep reading it. But for now, let me show y'all this. So what is a black fungus? We're gonna go back to that article in just a second, but I'm gonna show you this. Stop that one. Add this one. All right, here we go. Now, what is black fungus? Mucormycosis is a rare type of fungal infection that occurs through exposure to fungi called mucormycetes. These fungi commonly occur in the environment, particularly in leaves, soil, compost, and animal dung. Mucormycetes can enter the body through breathing, inhaling, and exposed wounds. Okay, there are different types of mucormycosis, right? Respiratory, including rhinocerebral, which is sinus and brain, pulmonary, which is the lung, gastrointestinal, and cutaneous, which is skin. All right. Respiratory related symptoms include cough, fever, headache, chest pain, nasal and sinus congestion, and pain and shortness of breath. Sounds very similar to COVID. Skin-related symptoms, which can occur in and spread around the body, are blackened skin tissue, redness, swelling, tenderness, blisters, and ulcers. Now, here's the part that I wanted to bring out. Mucormycosis is not contagious, and most people who come in contact with the fungi do not develop an infection. However, people with severely weakened immune systems are increased risk of micromycosis. These people include, look at the very one at the top, diabetes, cancer, HIV, skin injury, and surgery. But I really want to focus on the diabetes, because we know over here, African Americans are the ones, or Israelites are the ones who suffer the biggest from diabetes based off of our diet. All right. Give me Deuteronomy 30:7 first. And somebody else give me Exodus 23 and 22.
I got Exodus 20 and 23.
23 and 22.
23 and 22, Khan.
Khan, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee.
If you don't read that one more time, read that one more time.
And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies.
So the Most High is going to take the Most High, and right now what we're starting to see is the Most High is actually shifting some of these things that we have had prevalently on us, and he's shifting them on to the other nations, i.e. diabetes. If you didn't read this article, if I hadn't read this article and I had to take some time to actually study it, I would have never even known that they had people, they were really suffering from diabetes over there. I wouldn't have known that. Like, diabetes is something that we think about here as a problem from eating pork with high blood pressure, and just our bad diet. And you would think that over there they would have it wouldn't be that tight of a situation, but they have this is being shifted onto the other nations now. And it's not as though they're blameless. Nah, we're talking about a group of people who actually had us in captivity as well. Like they ain't getting out of here scot-free. They had us in captivity as well. And the Most High is going to make it so that we see exactly who we're dealing with as enemies, because he's going to show us these things through the different diseases, the different torments, and the different things that are going to start happening to the other nations. We're going to start being able to physically actually see what it is and who we are actually having to go against and deal with. Give me that other verse.
Come. Go ahead, Abaya.
Oh, Khan,
No.
I thought you were Exodus.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, Khan. From the top. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies,
Mm-hmm.
and on them that hate thee,
Mm-hmm.
which persecute thee.
Mm-hmm.
And
Those
thou
people,
shalt
those people persecuted us. They persecuted us, man. Even when they come over here, when Elam is over here, they don't treat us nice. They don't treat us kind. They don't allow us in their community. Matter of fact, I don't even know where they really live at to even tell you where their community is. That's how tight knit they are. They're not here with us. They set up shop in your community. They put in most of the Elamites that I know that come over here. They got the liquor stores. They work in the convenience stores. They only hire their own. You got to go pay them to get gas. You got to go pay them to get Morgan David. You got to go pay them. You know what I'm saying? To get the things that you want to enjoy as an Israelite. Like you really.
This is first, right? Because literally, I went to get when I went to drop my wife off to the hospital, and right when I was getting gas, they had a Hispanic brother who came out of the car next to us, the pump next to us, and she was thinking that he worked at the gas station because he had his shirt on with a little name tag. But I'm like, nah, he don't work there, because I know the people who work there. But like, nah, he don't work there. He just came out of his car. I'm like, first of all, they don't hire our people. They hire their own. You know what I mean? You literally just did the exact same thing I said. Like they hire their own people. They don't hire our people inside. You ain't gonna see no Mexicans inside it like that. You gonna see those Arabs. You gonna see those Bangladesh or whatever they from. That's who you gonna see, and that's what goes on. And like you said, they have their own neighborhood within your neighborhood, because ensure that we have something called Indian Arrival Day, right? Where Elam is over there. and they're in the government, they in everything. So a lot of stuff like what you see in America, what it be with Esau and Jake, you seeing that with Elam and Benjamin. You know what I mean? So you seeing that same kind of contention, with that racial tension between us. You know what I mean? But they come in there and they will squat and get different lands and all these different things, and we're the ones struggling. You know what I mean? In different things. So no matter where that, you see in the curses. You know what I'm saying? The curses is going to be there. So, diabetes, you talking about diabetes. Our people suffer with diabetes a lot down there. We're going to touch on that, though. Go ahead.
That's right.
Lucky other one.
Go ahead, King.
Go ahead.
Just to touch on what other one Barnabas was saying, is no different to in the UK. Like in the UK, it's the same thing you guys are facing. We've got Elam, got the hair shops, got the all the shops with the black food products, and they've got a whole road to themselves, a whole road about a mile long, with just like houses that sell their type of food only, and it's run by them, set up by them. But when you go to our neighborhoods, they're also in our neighborhoods running the shops that we go and buy our products from, and it just doesn't make sense. But when you look at it, it's the curses, so it's the same in the UK as well.
It makes sense.
When we out there at 5 Points, there's an Elamite that has a little shop right there, right next to where we actually hold camp at 5 Points. And there's days where she look at us like, damn, I wish these niggas just get the out of here. And there are days when she can be nice, but it's definitely days when you can tell like she's agitated with us just simply being out there reading the Bible. Because she knows if she ever comes out of pocket, it's a quick cut. We got precepts waiting on deck for you. It's a quick cut. There's no problems here. You know what I'm saying?
You have no choice but to hear us.
Right.
You like that front seat. You know what I mean? When she looks straight, she's seeing us. You know what I mean? It's straight Bible for her. You know what I mean? We use her as an example a lot of times. Like, look at her skin color. Look at our skin color. Why they don't call themselves black? You know what I mean? So we use her a lot. So,
she's darker than a good 25% of our camp, man.
That's right. That's right.
Bezali, let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Khan, go ahead. You got something to say?
Khan, I just want to add a little to what you just said.
Bring it out, King.
These Elamites, they're everywhere. Even in Ghana, they are the ones running all the stores. They are the ones running all the shops here.
Wow.
And this goes with one of the cases in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 43.
Yep.
That goes with that one of these the cases. So, if I may read it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna read it for you. This is Deuteronomy 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Exactly.
Fine. All right, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48 while you there.
Con. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So Israel, at some point, if we don't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna have to serve every other nation, every person that condemns you, every person that cursed you, everybody that wants to kill you. That's who you're gonna have to serve. Keep going.
In hunger and in thirst.
You're going to have to go get your food from them. You got to go to their stores. You're going to have to go get your bottled water from them. You're going to have to get up. You know what I'm saying? You need milk for your baby. You got to go see the Elamite because, they the only one in the 24/7 stores. You know what I'm saying? You got in everything. You got to go. Keep reading.
And in nakedness.
You want clothes? You got to go to your enemy. Keep going.
And in want of all things.
As I said, everything. We don't
That's
own
right.
no textile companies. We don't own no bottle make no water bottling companies. We don't own any food processing plants. We don't own any of that. We got to go to them for everything.
Try to catch some rainwater, lock you up for that.
Right. I don't understand that. How can I get locked up for collecting something that falls freely from the sky? I have no idea how that works, man. I have no idea how that works.
Serving our enemy. Serving our enemy, man.
They're gonna tax you for air next. That's gonna be the next. You want clean air? Yeah, you gotta pay this $10. Otherwise, breed is poison. We've been dropping on y'all. That's exactly what they're gonna do next, man. Finish that verse out.
Time. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Man, that thing gonna be very burdensome, man. It's a burden to have to always go to somebody else when you need something. It's a burden. That's heavy. That's a heavy thing to know that if you run out of money, you can't just go to your neighbor and go to your brother and get what you're gonna need to feed your kids. That'll drive you crazy. You'll go mad thinking about that. Oppression makes a wise man mad, though.
Right.
Wise man very mad. What Pac say? Hey, you don't feed. The first time it happened, you know, I might just ask you politely. You know, next week I'm gonna be on your door like, please give me some food. After that, you know, I'm coming in, kicking the door and give me all the food, give me everything. I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna make you mad.
Coming through blasted.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you mad after a while, man. But this is the situation that Israel is living in, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. The only protection we're going to have in them times, as we see this coming to fruition, is each other. We're going to only be able to lean on each other, which is going to cause us to have to go right back in these laws, statutes, and commandments and figure out how do we treat each other properly so that we can most effectively help each other. That's the way it's set up. The Most High is a genius, man. He knows exactly what it's going to take to push you right back into where he wants you to be. He knows that off the rip. He knows that from the beginning. All right, let's go back into anybody else got anything to say before I go back into this article?
He said all nations gonna gather onto them their own, right? Each one go be gathered onto their own nation, right? You know what I mean, that's what we have to do. We have to get back to our own people. We so worried about everybody else, you know what I mean, and trying to join it with everything that they're trying to do, but we don't want to, join with our own people. You know what I mean? Everything is is a contention with our people with everything. Simplest thing. But perfect.
All right. Let's see where we're going here. All right, so what was that? All right. So this article says higher rates of mucormycosis cases in India are due to a combination of factors. For instance, more than 30 million people in India have a diabetes diagnosis. Despite this, the number of cases of mycormycosis before the COVID-19 pandemic was relatively low, although prevalence was rising. So even before COVID got there, even before COVID kicked off, their diabetes and the that word is hard to say. Mucormycosis, that was rising. They were already starting to notice the effects of it. So the black fungus was already starting to take effect on them even before COVID got here. And as we studied before, COVID doesn't necessarily kill you, but it does amp up all the problems that you already have, and you can die as a result from those problems being pushed up to a certain level. If you have respiratory infections, COVID may not kill you, but your respiratory infection will.
Exactly. Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Most as a mastermind. He brought that, and he used the other plague just for them to go hand in hand. Because the COVID gonna weaken your immune system, and what does that black fungus play off of? A weak immune system. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? it goes hand in hand. So the Most High was like, look, I'm gonna send you this. Let's just finish you off right away. But to tease you and punish you a little bit, then I'm gonna send this other one right behind so you can go ahead and suck all that up out of you. So now all your limbs gonna start dropping off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You're losing an eye. You gotta cut your whole top jaw off. I done read some articles where like, man, they going through it. But what we went through, you know what I'm saying? When it was knocking our teeth out, you know what I mean? Little stuff like that. That's just forcing the food down our throat. So now y'all gotta go through all this torment the same kind of way. But the Most High is doing it. That's
Right.
not by a wicked hand. This is righteous hand right now. You know what I mean? And everything he do is equal and just. So the same way how, you know what I mean, he could put our punishments on our people, he could take those same punishments and put it on the heathens that punish them.
That's right. That's right. Abaya, give me Deuteronomy 20, 28 and 22. Go ahead, King.
And also, they say that disease, it is called black fungi. These heathens, everything bad, they point fingers on us. They say, oh, look at the black people, look at the black people. So Yahweh says, oh, then I'm going to kill you with something black. So Yahweh is in action. So he's taking vengeance upon the nation. So it's good.
You got a
So
sense
please
of
go
humor,
ahead.
man.
He said, most likely kill you with something black.
Yeah. Say I want to be black. Look, I'll make y'all black.
Hold on a second. Let me get back to that. I wanted to get to a certain thing before Abaya reads that. Okay. As I was saying earlier, COVID-19 leads to a weakened immune system, preventing the body from effectively protecting against infection. As a result, individuals recovering from COVID-19 are at risk for mucormycosis. Okay? That means, as I said, you can get COVID and you can actually, from what they're saying, you can actually kind of beat COVID. And because you beat COVID, your body is not going to be prepared to fight off any other diseases. So while you're actually staving off COVID, other diseases are literally trying to attack you. They're literally like, oh, look, he's weak. I'm going to get my jabs. Like, your whole immune system is tired. Like, yo, man, COVID just kicked my ass. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then here comes, it's like, you just finished fighting Mike Tyson, and then here comes Muhammad Ali. Like, yo, I want a round. I need a round next. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Put your hands up. You know what I'm saying? Stop. No, don't run. Get back in this ring. We're gonna do this today. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we were saying, the Most High is beautiful. The way he does things, and the way he puts this stuff together, that's beautiful. Because he understands the human body. He understands that if I tear this part down, it makes this part weak as well. So while you're building this over here up, I'm gonna just sneak this in real fast. Where else did we see this? We saw it in Moses and Pharaoh. We saw it with Moses and Pharaoh. But before we go into all that, I just wanted to point out, man, in Deuteronomy, the Most High started down a path, and he made sure that we understood this is what's going to happen, and he made sure we understood it's going to be in succession. And if we didn't follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, we were going to have to deal with these. But he was also going to flip them on our people, on the people that did them to us. But here's one of the things that in my studying that I found cold. I think Adawan Malachi was the first one that brought this out to me. Give me that Deuteronomy 28 and 22.
Khan. It's the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 22. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, and with an inflammation, and with an extreme burning.
Damn, an extreme burning. That's got to be just uncomfortable. Keep going.
And with the sword.
And
with blasting.
With boils and festerings all over your body.
And with mildew.
And with what?
And with mildew.
With mildew or fungus.
That's right.
He already just set it out with mildew or fungus. And finish the verse out, King.
And shall pursue thee until thou perish.
It ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna. It don't stop until you land in 6 feet deep in a box. It ain't gonna stop. It's gonna fester and fester and fester and fester and fester until you give up. Your body's gonna give up. Your mind's gonna give up. You won't have that will to live no more.
Hey, Salaki, other one. It just came to me then, like Most High is like we already know that Most High is an ingenious, master tactician, and he's actually, when you look at everything that's happening with COVID, the virus, and and the vaccination and stuff, he's actually making the heathens become a destruction to themselves, just as we became a destruction to ourselves. They're actually becoming a destruction to themselves because this COVID virus has come out. Now they've got everyone to take this vaccine, but this vaccine doesn't help them fight any other new COVID viruses. But they've got everyone to somehow go and get this new vaccination, and it also impacts against the immune system when it comes to fighting the black fungus and these new illnesses that are out. So they're actually being destroyed from their own scheming and tactics.
Fine.
Hey, yeah, the brother Ryan, he on it. He jumping my precept too, man. Look, hey, Ryan, stay over there, man. stay over there. Stay over there. Give me 2 Ezra 15 and 5.
Second Ezra chapter. Oh, go ahead, other one.
Come. Second Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
You know what's crazy about that verse? It sounds very much similar to Deuteronomy 28 and 22. But he says plagues. Plagues. He didn't say I'm gonna bring a plague. I'm gonna bring multiple plagues. Now you can make a vaccine for one, but what about this one? You can make a vaccine for that one. Okay, what about this one? And the Most High is brilliant with the way he does it. Like I said, he does this in succession, back to back to back to back. And he's going to wear these nations out. The doctors are going to get tired. The scientists are going to get tired. They're going to throw their heads up and quit. And meanwhile, Israel, the ones that are really keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, are going to be sitting back going, it's nice to be today. No. I wonder what they're going to do next. I'm going to just go ahead and pray on this one. Let's see what the Most High got for this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying we're going to be sitting back maxing and relaxing and chilling and just not going through it on our own, but we're not going to be having to deal with everything that they're dealing with. There's going to be a percentage of us that's going to be literally untouched and unscathed. We're just going to be dealing with it.
We're going to watch the fireworks. We're going to sit back like how we used to do it when we was in the world looking at 4th of July fireworks. We watching the nation burn. We're going to sit back and like, ooh, yeah.
Bezali, let me get go ahead, King. Yep.
I have precept concerning what you just said.
Go ahead.
If we keep the commandment, we will relax. Nothing will happen to us. The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 1. I'm reading up to verse 5.
Go.
It reads, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Verse 3, Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the follower, and from the noisome pestilence. Verse 4, he shall he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth
Right.
shall be thy shield and buckler.
And,
Verse 5, thou shalt not be afraid
yeah.
for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. Verse 6, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. I think verse 7 makes it more better.
Mm-hmm.
So let me add verse 7. 1,000 shall fall by thy side,
That's right.
and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it
That's
shall
right.
not come near thee. Verse 8, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Mm. Mm. All right, go back to verse 7 again. Read that one more time.
Say that, Salakia, come again.
Read verse 7 one more time.
You want me to read it again?
Verse 7.
Verse 7.
7 to 8.
Can. Verse 7. The book of Psalms, chapter 91, verse 7. It reads, 1,000 shall fall at thy side,
1,000 will fall at thy side. Listen, when these plays really start taking control, and when it starts going down, you're gonna be standing there watching people fall out in the street. You're gonna be watching people kill themselves. You're gonna watch people try. Some people gonna try to commit suicide and it won't work. You're gonna be watching your enemies topple themselves. That's gonna be the day when you're gonna have to keep your composure. You're gonna have to keep yourself together, because the minute you feign in your and the minute you feign in your trust in the Most High and your faith, then the plagues will jump on you. When it get transferred over to you, that's when the day you're gonna have to be very vigilant and be patient and watch and see what's going on. And you're gonna have to take it. Some of us are going to see that. I know, like Adawan Kano will tell you, some of us are going to see some of that, and we're going to be rejoicing in that day. And we're going to be ready to start stomping out heathens in that day, because we know you weak now. We know it's our time, right? Because y'all are just drops of spittle anyway. y'all are beneath what y'all aren't the top nation. You've been living like the top nation, but now the time is coming where you about to be dethroned. The pedestal you've been sitting on is about to get snatched right up from under you. And we get to sit there and watch that fall. I hope y'all build it up. I hope y'all, I'll just leave that alone. I hope y'all build it up, man. I hope y'all build it up high, so we can watch a long fall.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Go ahead, King.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, verse 1. Behold, my servant, whom I uphold, my elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. So like Adawan just said, we're going to see it. We're going to see the destruction of our enemies. We're going to see these type of stuff. But are y'all ready for that? Or are y'all still going to be trying to save your enemy, or or your oppressor in those days? Yeah.
Salakia, precept.
Go ahead, King.
Got Psalm 37 and verse 34. And it reads, wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. So obviously that's going into, keeping the way of the Lord, which is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and once we do that, we've got a good chance of inheriting the land which was promised to our forefathers, so, and then eventually we'll see the wicked and we'll see them cut off. So
Mm.
we just have to prepare ourselves by
Khan.
following the commandments. I
But
yield.
Salakia, but check that, right? Check how he said that. Like we will see the promised land. We will get the land that was promised to us, right? It's funny how they got the land, but it's like a cycle. How you say nothing new in the earth. So now we trying to get that same promised land now. You know what I
Right.
mean? They did what they did, and now we have to do the work to get that land. But it's like getting it back, but we never had it yet.
That's
So
right.
we've been in captivity. So it's like the same cycle again. We have to work to get that promised land now. You know what I mean? It's like we walking in this wilderness, making circles. You know what I mean? We can't get in there because we ain't right now.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we
Khan.
have to get right. You know what I mean? We have to look at this stuff from different. Like we know the scriptures talk about twofold and everything. You know what I mean? So let's be spiritual, King. Go ahead. I yield for.
As I was saying, we're gonna watch them fall. We're gonna watch them drop. We're gonna watch all that happen to them. It's gonna be like Esther and Haman, like Mordecai dealing with Haman, and we're gonna watch you literally fall on your own sword. And or in other ways, we'll watch you hang from your own gallows. We'll watch you kill yourselves, man. This is gonna be a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful thing. If you were watching and looking at this with the spiritual eye, you're starting to see the change in the flip. Not just in India, but in our nation, in Ghana, in the UK. We're starting to see these changes. We're starting to see these flips, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful because for the longest they tried to play that narrative like, oh yeah, black people are the most affected by this, and this. No. We're affected, but the most affected? No, not at all. Because if that's the case, why are y'all mad that COVID isn't killing people in Africa like it's killing people in Europe? Why are you mad about it? Why are you making studies for this? You're going there trying to study and figure out why these melanated people aren't catching COVID at the rate that your people are catching it. I got an idea. The Most High don't want them to. The Most High wants you to deal with it. He wants you to have to suffer from it. He wants you to wake up and realize, oh, I'm not as tough as I thought I was. I'm not as invincible and as invulnerable as I thought I was. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. I don't care how many scientists you put on this, and I don't care how many tests you run on black people to figure out a cure. You ain't gonna find one.
I got a picture for you.
Go ahead, King.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring out this Jeremiah 25.
There you go.
The book of Jeremiah 25, verse 31. I'm gonna read down to 33.
Okay.
A noise shall come even to the end of the earth, for the Lord had a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh, like how he's pleading with their flesh right now. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, said the Lord. 32. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, like you just said. All nations gonna face it. All nations, because we played a part in all their captivity, right? From nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. 33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at the day from one end of the earth, even unto the other, like you just said, to the other of the earth. They shall they shall not be lamented, neither gathered, nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. They're gonna be scattered, man. You know what I mean? When that day come, and the most High is already putting it into play. You know what I mean? You're already putting it into play. But when that day really comes, and we really start seeing these type of stuff, a lot of our people might still want to be dealing with it. They be like, hold on, this guy is too serious. I don't know if I wanted it. That fear. But a lot of us gonna have to get saved by that same fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people gonna be saved by fear. Some people might be saved by smooth words or good words, but sometimes they're gonna really take that fear to wake our people up. Because we don't have the fear of the Most High. We don't have that fear for him right now. You know what I mean? We think we fear the man. We don't fear God. Our people don't fear God like that. You know what I mean? So we have to save them with these type of scriptures, show what the Most High is capable of, what He would do.
Right.
Are you?
Precept, the other one.
Uh-huh.
Salakia.
Salakia, just to add to what other one Barnabas was saying. Lamentations 4:17, and it says, "As for us, our eyes are yet failed. Our eyes are yet failed our vain help. In our watching, we watched for a nation that
Right.
could not save us."
Right.
So that goes on to, who do we always rely on to try and we ask them for help all the time. We go into these heathen nations, and we go into Esau and ask them, help us, save us, protesting Black Lives Matter, you know, and give us some sort of like, help to get out of this situation. But they just turn a blind eye. But in verse 18, that goes on to, it's saying, they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. So that's also like, even though it's physical, it can also be, like going into that kind of COVID-19 sort of because Esau is a cunning hunter, so it does everything to try and keep us, down, make our food low quality, so we get things like diabetes. So all these little, vaccines and tricks that he uses to keep us subdued works on us at a higher stage and a higher level. But I yield the floor.
Everything he do is a chess play. Everything Esau do, he do it for a reason, and majority of that reason is to go against our people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything ain't nothing he do that he can't say that he don't gain from.
Khan.
Even when they try to say, is a pro bono, or what do you call them thing, where it's like a non beneficial so that they have, this is something that we ain't gaining nothing from it. You still gaining something from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When have they not gained from our destruction? Or when have they not gained from our oppression? So when Esau talk, like the elder said, when his first words, Google Gaga, he was lying. You know what I mean? We can't trust none, he said. when Esau came out saying Google Gaga, he was lying then too. You know what I mean? So, we can't trust nothing he said, man. So I yield the floor, man.
That's right. That's right.
Salakia.
Uh-huh.
This is one thing I have realized concerning our people. Every time we try to save the oppressor, every time we try to save Esau, the devil, we try to save them. But I don't think when the time is right, nobody will be able to save these devils when the time is
That's
right.
right. That's
Power
right.
is going to make sure that you plague them with all kinds of diseases. There is a precept I would like to bring it on board. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18 to 19.
It's
The
a
book
book
of
of which
Amos,
one?
chapter 5, verse,
Read it
verse
for him.
18.
Let
You want
somebody
me to
else
read
do
it for the other one? I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18.
Turn it up.
Khan, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
That's right.
The day of the Lord is darkness and not light.
Go ahead.
As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
That's right.
That's right. So, when this COVID-19 came, these Indians, they say, oh, they got good doctors. who got the vaccination. So, you know, they were running around vaccinating people with AstraZeneca. They were putting different kinds of vaccinations here and there. Now, they were thinking they have escaped the COVID-19. But Yahweh says it's going to be like as if a man ran from a bear. Now, by the time he will escape from the bear, he will enter his house. He think he has escaped. By the time he will lay his hand upon the wall, serpent will come and bite that person. So they think they have escaped from COVID-19, but yet still, the black fungi is the next to, you know, to take them out of the scene. So Yahweh is a great power. He's a great power.
See everything.
You said one thing you brought out. You said earlier was that every time we try to help them, when something going on, we always try to save them. But what did Proverbs 11:21 says? Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of righteousness shall be delivered. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You try to save them all you want to, you just gonna get destroyed with them. You gonna. No matter how much you try to save this devil, you know what he got coming to him is what he got coming to him. It just has to happen that way. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So I set up one group for righteousness and one group for wickedness, and one group gonna be saved and one group gonna be destroyed. So you choose. If you want to try to save somebody that's already been set up to be destroyed, you want to save that vessel that's supposed to be broken. Do you? I'm not going to save them, but hey, knock yourself out. Do you? You just already know based off of these scriptures that you got a long, hard road ahead of you. And depending on how most I feel about you, it might be a short road because it might be a short swing and your head get cut off. And it's over.
Precept.
Go ahead, King.
Soldier Adriel, he posted this one, so I'm gonna bring it out for him real quick. This is Galatians 6:7. It says, "Be not deceived, for Yahweh is not mocked.
That's
for
right.
For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap."
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So they're gonna reap what they got coming to them, man. You know what I mean? We can't be fooled with the Most High. You know what I mean? His judgments is, you know, he might be slack with, you know, taking his time with certain things, but it's not slack. You know what I mean, with his judgment. So yeah, y'all be mindful.
All right. All right, let me go back, read a little bit more in this article. Hey, Baya, get me Zechariah 14:12 real quick. I'm gonna read this. Going back to the NBC News article talking about India. Although Gada did not share the official number of deaths caused by mucormycosis, the Associated Press reported the local media had found that more than 250 people have died as a result of this disease. So just in this little area, 250 people have died from black fungi. Experts told the AP that they have seen only a handful of cases per year of mucormycosis, that word is a trip, in India prior to the country's second wave. This has further stoked fears that the fungal infection has dire effects on COVID-19 patients. Dang. India recorded over 4,454 COVID-19 deaths Monday, becoming only the third country to reach over 300,000 total deaths after the United States and Brazil, according to the official data. It also reported 222,315 new cases on Monday, adding to the total of over 26 million cases. So they getting hit hard. And now they got two diseases to worry about. They're getting drugged. Literally getting drugged. Go ahead, give me that Abaya.
Khan, this is Book of Zechariah, chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So this is something that the Most High already set up. Hey, you did what you could to try to bring us down, and this is what I got set for you. Keep going.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
As they walking around, as they walking around, they trying to decide how we going to beat this. What are we going to do? Their body is getting weak. They're having troubles breathing. Can't catch their breath. They feeling like they're gonna pass out. Keep going.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Yo, your eyes consume away. Your eyes sink in. You go. That's going blind, man. They're gonna go blind. They're gonna lose sight of everything. Finish that verse up.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
All that lying they did, your tongue will right to your own throat. All that didn't happen, y'all. Them lies y'all told on Israel, all that negativity that y'all spoke about us, gonna cause your tongue to get sucked right back into your throat. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen somebody choking or somebody that is laying on their back and their tongue rolls back into it. It's not a funny sight, but it will be funny in that day for me. I will laugh in that day to watch some of these heathens choking and gagging on their own tongue, man. When it rolls back in there, you can see the look on their face. There ain't no way for you to get back unless you got some magic muscles down there. I don't know too many minutes gonna stick their hand in your mouth, pull your tongue back up for you. I'm not gonna do it.
Still like it otherwise. That verse, if you look at the pictures that, from those reports of India, the black fungus and whatever else, that's literally what you see. You see people, the eyes being bandaged over, faces eaten away, skin boils. All what you just read in that verse 12 is literally what we see from India.
John. We not.
Slack.
Go ahead, Ken.
And I just saw a picture. I saw a picture this afternoon of a man suffering from this black fungi, and one eye has already closed, as if he went to box with Mayweather. You can see that the eye are swelling very, very big. Yeah. So I have a precept I would like to add to what Abaya just brought. There's a precept I would like to bring from the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5, verse 1.
Right.
It reads, "Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith." So I brought this precept all because we can see that Yahweh is killing many people in these last days. He's bringing plagues upon all the heathens. So we know that Yahweh is the one who is killing, or who is the one doing this action. So it is prophesied that in these last days, a lot of people are going to be put to death.
Where you about to bring out Adam? I got a piece of what I'm bringing. I don't know I want to see where you're going with it.
Go ahead. I'm about to wrap it up in a second. So go ahead.
Let me bring this out real quick then. To kind of go off of what Benjamin was talking about too. Isaiah 33 and 1. I'm going to read down to 3. I'll probably read down to 4. But I'm going to read it out real quick. Woe! This is Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoileth, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they does not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. So we are waiting on the Most High, because he is our strength.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we being patient, like Psalm 83 says, like, be not silent. You know what I mean? Because we waiting on the Most High, right? But like he said, we just brought out, be mindful, you know what I mean, calling for that day of the Lord, because you don't know what it's going to be like for you. So that's why we got to get right. Right? So it's for whatever 2. O Lord, be gracious unto us, for we have waited for thee. Be thou there armed every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. 4. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar, as the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them.
Ooh.
The Lord, Marie 5, the Lord is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He had filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. The most I ain't playing, man. You know what I mean? But we waiting for that righteous salvation. You know what I mean? And this is just the beginning of what he has coming. You know what I mean? But he's gonna touch us first. He's gonna judge us first. But the nation's gonna get theirs, regardless. That's already written. They're gonna get theirs. So these plagues and stuff that you see that's coming forward, these locust plagues, these different things that even what Adam brought up, what happened in Egypt, we still gotta bring that out, Adam. The plagues of Egypt, we gotta bring that out at least one time. You know what I mean? That's just something. Those plays sometimes make people woo, especially that silence that people feel. When you hear those scriptures read out, it's like it makes people like woo.
All right. Go ahead and go to Exodus. I wanted to bring basically give me did we do Psalms 110 and 6 yet?
I'm holding it though.
Yeah, give me Psalms 110 and 6 and Abaya give me you know the one in Ezekiel, the one you brought out earlier. Ezekiel 28 and 1 and 2, and then verse 23 as well.
Which one you want to say? The Psalms or you want
the Psalms.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 6. He had shown.
Let Leslie read.
Come, bring it up, isn't it?
You go to Exodus for me, Marcus.
Come.
The book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 6. It reads, he shall judge among the heathen.
The Most High going to judge among the heathen, among all nations. Keep going.
He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
As we said earlier, we're going to be seeing them dropping. We're going to see them. They're going to be all over the place, man. It could get to the point where it's so bad, the stench of death will be everywhere. As soon as you walk out, you're going to have a mask on for a whole different reason in them days. Keep going, King.
He shall wound the heads over many countries.
That means he's going to take out multiple countries, multiple nations, multiple groups of people at one time. I mean, he says he's going to wound the head. He's taking out the top people. You cut off the head, the body dies. He's going to take out the top people, the presidents. You're going to get your presidents are going to be gone. Your prime ministers are going to be gone. The queen's going to be gone. You know what I'm saying? All these top people are going to die. And then you're going to see countries in chaos because they're used to having these leaders telling them what to do. They're used to having that. They're used to having somebody being able to dictate to them, well, you do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if America's president and vice president die at the same time, watch what happens. Even though America has all these structures in place for, you know what I'm saying, Secretary of Defense step up, you know what I'm saying, Treasurer step in at this point. We have all these measurements in place, and it's still not going to stop anarchy and everything that's going to happen. It's not going to stop you at all. Period. Give me that in Ezekiel, Abaya.
This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 1. And the word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thy heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am God. I sit in I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man.
All these countries, all these people, all these different nations have put themselves above the Israelites. They have put themselves and they made themselves to be in the field as though they're the top people. They run this earth. They feel like they make the rules. They make the choices. Keep going.
I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man, and
But
not
they
God.
just men. They're not gods. We know they're not gods. They think they are, but they're men. Read.
Though thou set thy heart as the heart of God.
Read. Go to jump down to 23.
Can.
So because they decided that they wanted to put themselves in such a high place, let's see what's gonna happen.
For I will send into for I will send into her pestilence, and blood into her streets,
Mm-hmm.
and the wounded shall be judged in the midst of her by the sword upon her on every side. And they shall know that I am the Lord.
Gosh, they're gonna when it's all said and done, they're gonna fall on their own sword, and it's gonna be so tight around. It's gonna be so much going on around them that it just gonna be they can't. They can turn to the left and there's a pestilence. They turn to the right and there's locusts. They try to run forward and it's just darkness. You can't feel nothing. You can't, just like in Egypt, you can't do nothing. You try to back up out of it, and you know what I'm saying. All of a sudden now you got black fungus. It's hard to breathe. You know what I'm saying? It's how the Most High is setting these things up. You know. But let's go ahead. Let's get that account in Egypt so we can get ready to go ahead and close this out.
Which one is it? The other one?
The 7 plagues. Exodus. 1 second.
I'm in 8.
You wanted to bring the account out. Where you going? Mm-hmm.
Slaki had one.
Yeah, I lost that one. That's why I had. I'm in 8, but I lost what I had. Didn't have it marked.
What's up, King?
Which one are you looking for? The plagues.
You're talking about the silence. You know, the silence that you can feel.
The darkness.
Yeah, the darkness. Yeah. I didn't mark that.
That's the book of Exodus. I think Exodus chapter 10 verse 21.
Yeah, it is right here. And the Lord said, this is the book of Exodus chapter 10 verse 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand towards heaven, that there might be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. So they're like, they were so scared to even move, you know what I mean? They didn't want to trip over to and hurt themselves. Like, I'm going to stay in one spot because ain't no telling, it sound like something crawling up my back or somewhere. Like, it'd be so quiet. You don't know what's going on around you, right? somebody as a kid, I ain't never liked the darkness. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, you don't know what I ain't like surprises, but things that pop out of nowhere. So we used to go to we used to have like power outages a lot. We still go through that right now in Trinidad. You know what I mean? That's something that really going on. I don't know what's going on with that. Like we still suffer with that back home. But currently used to go a lot, man. So something like it'll be pitch black, you come back in town, you be like, God dang, why the whole neighborhood is pitch black. You better go buy some candles.
Hey,
I mean,
Salakia.
go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to add it, but this in verse 21 at the end of it, it says, "Even darkness, which may be felt." You know how serious that is. It's just on a different level. It's just not dark. It's you know, it's some serious stuff that.
Most have something else, man. Most have something else, man.
When we dealing with these plagues in Egypt, you gotta think about this. There's 7 plagues, man. You had the plague of the blood, where the rivers turned red, the fish died, the smell was horrible, right? Was caused what? Was actually caused what? The plague of the frogs, because the frogs were no longer capable of surviving the water. So now they all on land, and that's infested. Which then caused what? Then the frogs start to die. What happened then? You got the plague of the gnats and the plague of the flies. And all this is in succession with each other.
The lice. I don't want your all favorite plague right there, the lice. He likes to talk about that license. You imagine the dust to life, man.
What he said, I'm finished with that. When I'm done, I'm done. I can't do it. I can't take it. Yeah, the plague of the flies. Then you gonna have what? The plague of the livestock. The livestock die.
God.
That's a succession, back to back to back. And then what happened? Oh, you got the plague of the boils.
The boils. Oh, wow.
Right now, you got the plague of the boils. Festering wounds on your body that's just seeping out blood and pus.
That's 9 and 9. Exodus 9 and 9. And it shall become small dust, and all the land of Egypt, and shall be a boil breaking forth with blains upon men, upon beasts, throughout all the land of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened? Hold on.
They took ashes and the furnace and stood before Pharaoh, and Moses sprinkled it upon toward heaven, and it became a boil breaking forth with blains upon men and upon beasts. You see, and the magicians couldn't even do
it. Not at all, man. And after that, you get the plague of hail. So any crops y'all had left, any livestock that y'all had that was still around, got smashed up by hail. This is in Egypt. Where the hell come from?
Yo, I imagine the size of them hills probably came down.
And then, just to top it off, because maybe the crops didn't die. You get the plague of the locusts. Now you know the plague. Now you know the crops are done for real.
Yeah, now they gone now.
And just to add injury to insult, yo, we'll give you the darkness. That scary darkness that you can feel. That's the one that killed me. As a kid, I was scared of the dark. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared of the dark. I couldn't do it. I slept with a TV on. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't like the dark. I couldn't do it, man. I always felt like there was stuff watching me in the dark. So, you know what I'm saying? And what was the final one? The plague of the firstborn, man. Plague of the firstborn. Where the firstborn were killed. Imagine seeing your child, your firstborn child that you done put all that hard work and effort in. You 17 years old, you know what I'm saying? He's about to graduate and he out of there.
But they didn't even have time to mourn because the plagues came right behind it. So they didn't have a chance to really mourn their kids. So they're going through that pain, you know what I mean? But then the Most High is putting it on them.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Are you got something to say, King?
I was gonna say, just imagine, Pharaoh and his people go through all them problems, all them plagues, and then, thinking that Yahweh was playing somehow, and then all of a sudden your firstborn is just gone. You know, just wake up and he's no more. You know, after that there's ain't no, you can't take no jokes, or you can't, have no qualms with that. After that, you just have to listen and say, all right, take your people out of there. You know, you've pushed it all the way to as far as you can go. That's the torment and the punishment you go through. You know.
Mhm.
So he might not want to, but the Most High, stop that. The Most High was like, nah, I ain't done with you. I'm gonna make you an example. And it's the same thing he gonna do in this time. You know what I mean? He gonna make America an example.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's exactly what's coming up right in this time. It's going to keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them until they have no choice but to leave us alone and let us go back to what we're supposed to be doing. It's just going to be back to back to back, nonstop. Like fighting Mike Tyson, and he constantly hitting you with a hook and a hook and a hook. So when you finally decide you're going to guard the hook and you do like this, bop, uppercut to the chin, and it's over. It's over.
Sure.
All right, you're gonna throw your hands up like that. Y'all got it. Y'all can go. Just do what you need to do. Just don't hit me no more. Just don't hit me no more. It's over with. All right. But with that, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring this lesson to an end. We wanted y'all to understand that the Most High is not playing with these other nations. He ain't playing with us. He ain't playing with these other nations, man. It's time to start getting yourself right and understanding and being vigilant. Pay attention to these signs, as we said in the other lesson. Pay attention to the signs of these times. Because we're getting close to the end. We're getting there. And the Most High, you think the Most High isn't paying attention to the work that brothers are doing out there on the highways and byways? That's why we're starting to get closer to the end. That's why. Brothers are waking up and they're starting to wake other brothers up. And Israel, quiet is kept. Israel is not a secret no more. Yasharallah is not a secret no more. You are worldwide known. It ain't no secret no more. And now they're going to have to become Confederate again. Now they're going to have to stop all that bickering and fighting amongst each other, and they're going to have to become Confederate again to stop you.
That's right.
Right? To stop you. We have to make it work. We got to. We got to. If brothers got any other precepts, go ahead and let them go. If you have any questions that you want to ask, anything, put them in the chat. We'll try our best to answer them right now. But we're gonna go ahead. Any precepts before we get out of here?
I got one.
Go ahead, Uncle.
I just got to bring out one for Adawan Azrael, and that's Isaiah 43 and 13. And it reads, Yea, before the day was I am he, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. I will work, and who shall let it? I'll read 14 as well. Thus saith the Lord your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. For your sake I have sent to Babylon, and have brought down all their nobles, and the Chaldeans who cry is in the ships. Are you?
Yeah, you good. You good.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else got anything? If not, I don't see any questions in the chat. No? All right, then. That's it. All right. You know what I'm saying? As always, you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. We hope you were edified. We did our best to bring some powerful information out to y'all. Don't forget to watch us on Milk Mondays, Truth Tuesdays, Thursday Night Thunder, at our Friday class. Call in for that. You can send us an email to sonsofthunderisraelite@gmail.com if you want to ask us any questions. Or anybody trying to become a prospect, that's where you get in contact with us right there. Don't forget our what'd you say?
Hashtag come to camp.
Hashtag come to camp. That's right. Don't forget our matter of fact, speaking of camp, don't forget our live on Saturdays camp of our camps on Facebook. We do that every Saturday. So if you can't make camp, you can't attend camp, or you just want to see what it's like with us out there at camp, you know what I'm saying? And out there, 5 points is hell. It's nasty. Stinks.
Best camp spot in the world.
When you get past all that, yeah, that's the best camp spot in the world. But you know what I'm saying? We do our best to make a lot of it and we have fun, but you know what I'm saying? We enjoy doing this work. So we enjoy bringing this to you. And we hope y'all continue to tune in and be edified. And as always, well, I'm Captain Benaiah.
I'm Soldier Barnabas.
I'm Soldier Bezali.
Soldier Abaya.
And we are the Sons of Thunder. And it is our heart spread desire that Israel might be saved. Khan?
Khan.
All right.
Inshallah.
Hey, Esau, we see you. You can't get away.
Can't get away.
You can't get away, man. We're coming. We see you. All right. With that being said, Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Thursday night thunder.
Thunder.